Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Welcome to Ed Leedskalnin's workshop. This is my makeshift tripod. That's Ed's PMH. His perpetual motion holder. That's the keeper bar down bottom. That's holding up the chains. And about, I say about 150 pounds of rock, coral rock, from down in Homestead, Florida. And it's getting bigger, huh? And it's holding up there, guys. What do we got to say? Should I put a couple more chubbies on here? This stuff is heavy. It's floating. It's off the ground. Why don't you guys leave your comments? A couple things I wanted to talk to you about was with myself taking Ed's wheel here and moving all the magnets on the outside to be a negative and driving the positive to be on the ring and the clover and also the center is a really interesting process here with this wheel. It's something I've never thought of. So basically what I'm working on now with the theory is that this wheel would turn itself from the inside out, and it would use that pipe there as the pull force, because this magnet strength will be built up from the inside, radiate out through the neutrals here, and would make these magnets stronger. And if these are north on the outside prongs of these magnets, that means it would be putting out a positive charge on the outside of the north. And that positive charge would definitely want to run over to the ground, and it would recycle itself back up through the center, because the center would be positive. So if it's positive in the center, what does that mean? That it'll be getting its negative charge from the ground. How about that? Really interesting stuff. So that's pretty much the positive chasing the negative. We'll be using the earth ground on that pipe. We're going to use some capacitors like Ed did. We're going to use some high voltage. We're going to use a spark gap. And we're going to drive the positive, which I already did, to the center. But we're going to put a lot of power through here using car batteries. So we'll probably double up on a car battery and come into the 15,000 volt neon transformer there. But back to this. This is just sort of trying to figure out how do you take a lot of weight off these rocks, and I'm already showing you right now that Ed's PMH is handling a lot of weight. It can handle a lot more weight, I'll tell you that. Especially if I take these coils and I make them the size Ed had. I mean, Ed used, this is 16 gauge magnetic wire. Ed used 16 gauge wire, and pretty much driving it with a 12 volt battery here. This system I have set up with these coils here is pulling about 8 amps, and it is massively holding up some rock. This is coral rock from Homestead, Florida, on one of my trips down there, on the property back behind Ed's Coral Castle. There's an apartment complex that has a lot of these boulders laying around. So I assumed they were part of Ed's property at one time. But yeah, you can see that we're holding some power. I mean, we're holding some damn We're holding some weight here. Anyway, you guys leave your comments. Very interested what you got to say. I'll keep going up in weight to test this coil system out, to see what it's capable of pull strength. Meanwhile, we'll be working this weekend when I'm off work. I'll be working back on Ed's wheel, and we will get this thing turning. And right now the main goal with the wheel is to get the wheel to turn by itself. Before I was using 2 PMHs to pull the metal with a field magnet, basically. And that was a great step with Ed's wheel and all that. But right now it's time to move on and start using Ed's wheel and looking at it differently. So I've been into this for about going on 3 years. December would be 3 years, and it comes and goes. There's not a lot of people that are doing Ed's work, and the few that are, I applaud them. You know, they add tidbits and everything else, and it's good. And I like to hear from you guys. It's all about, it all goes back to Ed Leedskalnin. It's all about Ed. All right, you guys, leave your comments.